Hi, I'm so grateful that you're here. Remember, this genuinely might be the most powerful skill you ever learn for the rest of your life, because most people don't realize how much chronic tension and fascial adhesions can restrict one's naturally designed capabilities of being able to relax fully, breathe deeply, sleep well, focus clearly, even detox efficiently, have proper posture, and move naturally without restrictions. But with this daily guided fascia release sequence, I'm going to help you dissolve these fascial adhesions, reduce tension, move more freely, alleviate pain in these regions by helping you release muscles and trigger points you probably didn't even realize were holding you back. Over the last 9 years of studying bodywork therapies across the globe, combined with being raised by an integrative health doctor and pain therapist, I've created a pretty potent fascia release sequence designed to help you dissolve fascial adhesions caused by the modern lifestyle. And before you get started, I want you to know a few things. There is no rush. The amount of reps and time spent doing a certain technique on a muscle are not set in stone. You have the freedom to pause the tutorial to do more of a certain technique on any muscle at any time. You can follow my schedule of 1 session a day or maybe do 2 a day, but even if you only did 1 per week, you would still notice a massive difference over time. And finally, if you can't do this right now, I really want you to try, so set an alarm and come back and do it when you can. This is the Colby dynamic release for the ribs and gut. We're starting right under the pec, doing one side then the other, slowly making our way just from the center line to right below the nipple, looking for any place. If you can get your fingers in between the ribs here, man, I remember the first time I really did this, I had crazy releases, feeling everywhere under the pec, trying to find where the ribs are and then digging in between the ribs. You can also press a little bit on the sternum, but we're just doing on top of the ribs right now. We'll be going underneath in a little bit. And then when you find a place that's tight or hurts, usually in this area, you will feel it in your low back. Apply pressure, and we're just gonna do baby movements, trying to breathe fully. Doing both sides, finding any place that's tight or hurts in this region right here. And then always feel free to pause the tutorial and do more of a technique, especially if it makes you feel good. I highly recommend you learn this and then do it when you're laying down in bed at night. I remember I watched the movie and did this like a year ago, and that night I had the craziest sleep of my life. I couldn't get over it. All right, moving on to the right side ribs. We're gonna take our 4 fingers, place them in between our ribs. We're gonna start right where the ribs start, and then we're gonna do about 10 wiggles in each spot, and we're slowly gonna work our way as high as we can possibly reach. Yes, the armpit is good. If you can get it, even in the lat is good. And especially down in here, using your fingers, getting in between the ribs, rubbing every part of your ribs. If doing it with 4 fingers is hard or less effective for you, please just do. You can use your thumb, you can use 1 finger, you can use 4 fingers like this and do 1 rib at a time. Whatever works for you, be rushless. But I highly recommend, if you're in no rush, just do in between 1 rib at a time. But you're also welcome to do 4 fingers on all the ribs at the same time. But doing 1 rib at a time is so powerful, especially up in here. You want to find the crevice in between your ribs and apply pressure and just wiggle while breathing fully. Remember, take deep breaths while doing this. Work your way along the entire rib cage, finding any place that's tight or hurts. If you find a place that's tight or hurts in this area, apply a good amount of pressure and really just do extra reps on that spot. Another great technique, especially in the gym, is doing like If you go to the gym or if you're working out or exercising, I highly recommend doing a set of this. You can do it like this if you want to be nonchalant, but I highly recommend doing this in between sets. It tends to increase strength instantly, pretty drastically, and especially if you're into handstands or hand balances, this is crazy powerful for increasing your handstands ability. Okay, working our way as far as we can on the ribs, going all the way into the low back. Just digging in between each rib, applying pressure, moving through that pressure, breathing fully. I'm speaking right now, so I'm not taking deep breaths, but take huge deep breaths. Feel the difference in what happens when you take a full breath and you're doing it versus when you're squeezed and you're doing it. I will guide you through all the trigger points and muscle lines. You just have to practice a couple times. As you practice more and more, you'll get better at doing the technique. As you get better at doing the technique, you'll get better at feeling more wonderful with these movements. All right, moving to the other side, starting where the ribs start, making our way out, making our way up, going in between each rib, playing with all the ribs, especially get all up in here. You want to dig deep. Finding any place that's tight hurts. When you find a place that's tight hurts, do extra on that spot. Feel free, hit pause right now and do a bunch right on that spot. I just found a new spot for me, and it's amazing because I do all these protocols myself, and when I find myself when I'm teaching it, I find new regions that are experiencing some dysfunctions. And I've had a lot of problems with ribs in my life, and this drastically improved my rib flare. Making our way all the way into the low back. Moving on to the center, right under the rib cage. First, we're just gonna do in here, back and forth. If you find a place that's tight or hurts, stop one side and just do that side. Just rub that spot and really get into that one spot while breathing fully. It is very likely that you'll feel it in your low back. If you do, you're probably in a really good spot. Switching sides. Yeah, I used to have horrible rib flare, and it has really mitigated in the last year of doing more and more of this. Okay, working our way out. I don't usually have any spots in here that working our way out, just getting under the ribs out here. All right, if you can't do a rib clamp, I want you just to practice a stomach vacuum for the next 30 seconds. Take a full inhale. Full exhale, everything out. Hunch over just a little bit and pull your stomach back to your back. I can't speak fully while I'm doing it, but I can, once I get it, hunching over just a little bit makes it easier. Once I get it, I can speak, and then we're applying pressure with our fingers towards our palms here and breathing through that pressure. And I tend to find really amazing releases in this area, but working our way around the entire rib cage. My goal for you is to get this area 10 breaths, this area 10 breaths, and this area 10 breaths. I'll do it with you. Let's do this one first. Playing with different levels of pressure, different fingers applying pressure. Moving on outside of the ribs. Getting into that diaphragm and applying pressure up in there. All right, for this last technique, it is a gut release technique. We're gonna take a slight inhale, slight exhale, and then we wanna relax our stomach so much that it almost bloats. And we're working our way down to our pelvic bone. So we're starting at the top, relaxing our stomach fully. And you can hear mine. That's my coffee. We're gonna do 10 of these. I also had a lot of food last night, not gonna lie. All the way down to the pelvic bone. If you find a place in this bone, I also find some people get really tight along this bone. Feel free to do my techniques on this bone. All along the pelvic bone can be crazy beneficial and powerful, especially in these creases. Just a few more. My shoulders are getting tired, so I know yours are likely tired. However, I'm doing a lot of releases today and demonstrating a lot, so I've been writing these protocols for a long time. I'm so grateful to share this with you, just so you know. All right, if this makes you think of anyone that it could help, please share it with them, share it with your big family group chat. And other than that, have a wonderful day, my friend. Hi, I hope your body is experiencing wonderful feelings and that you enjoyed this fascia release routine. Go ahead and do yourself a favor now and schedule your next fascia release routine. And also feel free to go back and repeat the routine you just did. If you have any questions or want to learn more about fascia, I linked my full fascia ebook below and it's completely free. I don't even need your email. You can also post any questions in the community or go through the Understanding Fascia and Common Fascia Questions module. I genuinely can't wait to hear how this goes for you, so please comment and share your experiences on this journey, and have a wonderful day, my friend.